Welcome to Tired Mommy Revival. Hey mama, are you running on coffee fumes? Feeling like brain fog, fatigue, and anxiety are running the show? Do you wake up dreading the day ahead, already overwhelmed by the endless to-do list and unsure how you'll make it through? Do you long for the energy to enjoy motherhood and care for yourself, but feel stuck and unsure where to start? Let me remind you of something life-changing. You were created for more energy, more clarity, more joy. Hi, I'm Jerusha, certified holistic wellness coach, wife and mom to 2 wild boys and 1 baby girl in heaven. I know the exhaustion you're feeling because I've been there, barely making it through the day, relying on coffee and chocolate to survive, and wondering why nothing I tried ever made me feel better. Then, God stepped in and revealed a powerful truth. A woman's body is beautifully and uniquely designed to thrive. When we align with how God created us, we can boost our energy, bust through fatigue, and step into the vibrant, joy-filled life He has for us. Mama, I'm living proof that it's possible. These days, I wake up refreshed, nourish my body with intention, and navigate the chaos of motherhood with patience and peace. Most days. And I want to help you do the same. If you're ready to swap exhaustion for energy, brain fog for clarity, and guilt for grace, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll dive into practical strategies, faith-filled truths, and empowering tools to renew your health, body, soul, and spirit. Are you ready for this? Let's do it, mama. In the last episode, we talked about not despising small beginnings, how tiny, consistent steps are often the thing that lead to big health breakthroughs. But today, we're taking that conversation one step further. Because if you're anything like me, you've probably had this thought. Okay, I get it, start small. But how? Where do I even begin? Especially as a tired, busy mom, even small changes can feel like big decisions. So in this episode, we're getting super practical and real about how to choose your next step and create a plan that works with your actual life. Let's dive in. Here's the truth. There is no perfect first step. The best place to begin is wherever you're ready to start. So how do you find that? Start by paying attention to your own thoughts. Phrases like, I really need to, I know I should probably, I wish I could just, I'd like to be able to. You finish the sentence. Those things are all clues. They reveal areas where something's already stirring in your heart. Instead of trying to guess the right step, lean into what's already coming up for you. And think about what's challenging you most right now. Are you constantly exhausted, feeling bloated and uncomfortable, struggling to sleep? Choose one area that feels most impactful and relevant to where you are today. That's your starting line. Once you've chosen your focus, pause and take inventory. Ask yourself, what am I currently experiencing in this area? And how is it affecting my daily life, energy, mood, or relationships? Be honest. Maybe your blood sugar crashes are making you cranky and short with your kids by 3 p.m. Or your bloating is making you dread getting dressed every morning. Or maybe you just don't feel like yourself anymore, and that's weighing heavy. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. Don't judge it. This step is all about awareness. Now, let's shift the vision. Ask, what would I rather experience? What kind of life do I want to create? This isn't about unrealistic expectations. It's about hope. You might want to feel lighter in your body, to have energy in the afternoons without another coffee, to enjoy meals without digestive drama, or to fall asleep without lying there wired and tired. Get clear on what you're working toward. It helps your brain move from survival mode into intentional action. Now that we've identified your starting point, what's not working, and what you want to experience, step number 4 is what's one thing you're willing to do? Here's where we get real. This is one thing you're actually willing and able to do to move the needle in this area. Not 10 things, not a full routine, just one small step in the right direction. Maybe it's swapping your sugary breakfast for something protein rich. Maybe it's going to bed 15 minutes earlier or drinking water before coffee. Or maybe even taking a 10-minute walk after lunch. Ask yourself this question: what feels doable? What fits into my life today? Not my fantasy life, but my real one. Let the answer be simple and sustainable. Next, let's talk about knowing your why. Here's the part we always skip, and it's why so many of our goals fizzle out. It's because we don't root them in a why. Without a why, our best intentions get buried under the laundry, the carpool, and the Costco runs. So ask yourself, why is this change important to me? And what's at stake if I don't do it? Maybe you're tired of feeling like a stranger in your own body. I know I've certainly been there before. Or maybe you want to feel strong enough to chase your kids without crashing by 5 p.m. Maybe you want to age well and avoid the health struggles you've seen in other family members. Your why doesn't have to sound noble. It just has to be real. Because when you don't feel like doing the thing you committed to, your why will be the reason you show up anyway. So now that you've picked your small step and rooted it in a strong why, it's time to create a real plan. Ask yourself, what will this change look like in daily life? Think about the actual steps that need to happen. When will I do it? What time of day will it happen? What trigger will remind me to incorporate this new routine? And you also need to think about what obstacles might come up. Because if you have toddlers, you have obstacles. As a mom, it seems like there's always something that's coming up to sabotage our best goals. So think about it in advance and let's come up with some solutions so that you can stay on track. Last, you want to think about who can help support me. Whether it's your sister, your spouse, or your neighbor, your best friend, find someone who you can share your goals and your plan with, and they can help keep you accountable. Here's an example of what creating a plan would look like in real life. I'm going to eat a protein-rich breakfast. I'll prep boiled eggs Sunday night so I don't grab a granola bar in a rush. My reminder will be when I set the coffee pot. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does need to be intentional because chaos happens on its own, mama. Good things happen by design. And so if you want to see the good things happen in your life, you have to create an intentional design around them. Last, make it enjoyable. Let's be honest. If your healthy habit feels like a punishment, you're going to ditch it faster than your kid's half-eaten chicken nugget. So ask, how can I make this enjoyable? Pair your habit with something pleasant. Light a candle during your evening stretch. Listen to your favorite podcast. Hi, while walking. Or eat your healthy lunch outside for a change of scenery. Yes, change can be hard, but it doesn't have to be miserable. Find a way to invite moments of joy into your routine without sabotaging your goals in the process. Okay, let's review for a moment. Step 1 is choose your starting point. Pay attention to those moments where you find yourself saying, I really need to, I know I should probably, I wish I could just find the way to make this happen. That's your starting point. Next, let's talk about what's not working. What are you currently experiencing from this habit in your life? And how is it affecting your daily life, energy, mood, and relationships? Next, let's talk about what you want to experience. Hold on to hope. Shift the vision and imagine a life where you're living on the other side of your good choices. Next, let's narrow in on one small step that you're ready to take today. Let's make it realistic and doable. Number 5 is know your why. Understand your motivation and then write it down, put it up somewhere where you will remember it and hold on to that because it is the catalyst that will propel you forward even when you feel like dipping out. Next is create a plan, even if it's a simple one. Map out the small details and how it's all going to come together for you. And last, find a way to make it enjoyable. Honey, a healthy life doesn't mean a miserable one. You can find a way to merge the two together when you get creative. Mama, here's the big truth. You don't need a massive overhaul. You need a moment of clarity, a plan that fits your life, and the courage to start. And you're already doing that just by listening today. If this episode helped you figure out your next small step, I'd love to hear about it. Head to the podcast page on my website, you'll find the link in the show notes, and send me a message. Let me know what your starting point is or what you want help with next. I'd love to create future episodes based on what you need. And if you're thinking, hey, this process sounds great, but I would love to sit down with somebody and actually map this out with support and somebody to bounce ideas off, and maybe I'm not even sure that I have somebody in my life who can actually help keep me accountable, I'd really like to have a person that I can do that with. This is actually one of the processes that I follow with my clients in coaching. I help you through this exact process. We work out the details together. We talk about what you want to experience, and I help keep you accountable in the process. If you want a free 1-hour consultation with me, you can grab the link to my calendar in the show notes below, or you can even sign up for coaching if you want support, whether it's for a month, 2, or 3. I have different packages and price points available to meet your needs so that you can get the support and clarity that you deserve to help you move forward. But if you're ready to do this on your own, then I hope you took notes and you're writing this down and you're ready to move forward. Remember, you're doing better than you think, friend. Let's take the next small step together. I'm cheering you on. Mama, I hope this episode blessed you and reminded you that you were beautifully and uniquely made to thrive. If today's conversation spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to take a moment to leave a rating and review. Not only does it encourage me, but it helps more tired mamas discover the hope, healing, and energy they've been searching for. You're not in this alone. Make sure to hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Together, we'll reclaim your energy, renew your health, and revive your spirit, one step at a time. Until next time, remember, you are beautifully designed by God to live with energy, clarity, and joy. You're not just surviving, mama. You're stepping into the vibrant life you were created for. I'm cheering you on.